What's up, guys? Joe White here. This video right here, I have a little bit of downtime from work, and this is gonna be golly, that's long right here. What is up with this? I don't get why my beard grows like this. Ugh. Anyway, thinking about cutting it off, but anyway, uh, E3 is coming up in about a month and a half. E3, folks. We're already here again with with E3, and I have a good idea. I have some notes here that I'll be reading from. So if you see me look down like this is why. Um, gonna start with not Ubisoft. We'll get to Ubisoft, but Bethesda. Bethesda has announced that they are actually doing a press conference this year, which is kind of kind of weird for Bethesda to do. I think because of the fact that they don't normally do a press conference at E3, and the only thing I can figure here is that we have Dishonored 2, is it Dishonored? I think it's Dishonored. I'm not really too familiar with this. I'm no expert. Never claimed to be. You got Dishonored 2, Fallout 4 may be announced, which is a big one for Bethesda. A lot of people are clamoring for Fallout 4. And a Doom, yet another Doom reboot. You know, with the reemergence of Wolfenstein, it's about time they pull out Doom. Um, I know that maybe a lot of people are looking forward to a new Doom game. I for one, I like Doom, but I can't I can't do first person shooters, guys. I just can't do it, and I don't like playing them. I can't get used to them. I don't even like playing GTA 5 in first person mode that much. So that's Bethesda. And one has to wonder, is it something bigger that they're working on? Have they got another franchise that they're starting? Is it a new IP that they're going to be releasing, as far as that new franchise goes? We shall see. EA is also having a big press conference, and Mirror's Edge 2, is it going to be a prequel? Is it going to be a sequel? Is it going to be a reboot of the series? Nobody really knows. Mass Effect 4 is their big game that they could be announcing, and also you got their usual sports games that they're going to be fooling with, Madden and blah, blah, blah. Microsoft, going into Microsoft, you know what? No, we'll save Microsoft for later. Let's go to Ubisoft. Assassin's Creed, the one that's been leaked out that they're making. Yes, they're making another fucking Assassin's Creed game. I can't get into those either, but I've heard they're good. This one's going to be taking place in London. Um, their big game, Good and Evil 2, something like that maybe. Beyond Good and Evil 2, maybe. Who knows? But, we'll probably see another damn Rainbow Six Tom Clancy fucking stupid army ass Call of Duty ripoff. Um, from there, we're gonna go to Nintendo, and I have a lot that well, you know what? I have a lot to say about Nintendo. We might save Nintendo for next to last here. We're gonna go to Microsoft. They've announced that they have a new intellectual property that they're going to be announcing. If you've been following their employees' Twitters, one of them announced that they have a new IP. It's a new in-house IP pretty much, or a new first-party IP. They're not dissing third-party, but they are, you know, they're saying that this year is going to be focused primarily on games done by Microsoft, or for in-house pretty much, or close to it. Halo 5, of course. Um, the Tomb Raider game, Rise of the Tomb Raider, that is supposed to be exclusive to Xbox, but it's actually being done on last generation consoles as well, which kind of hampers the game a little bit. Gears of War 4, don't know if it's coming out this year. More than likely, they're going to announce it here, and we'll find out more about it. Either it'll be released in 2016, or we will see more of it at E3 2016. Nobody knows for sure. Sony, of course, Uncharted 4 is going to be their big game, their big to-do this year. Another one that I could see happening, I would love to see Naughty Dog take the stage at Sony and give us the Last of Us 2. Maybe not announce it, but give us a short little teaser trailer, maybe. Is this going to be a prequel? Is it going to be a sequel? Is it going to be, is it going to be set in the same era, maybe following Joel's brother and what he does during the events of The Last of Us? Maybe do like, how they did with Grand Theft Auto. They did the Ballad of Gay Tony and Lost in the Damned. Maybe something like with The Last of Us following Joel's brother. I would love to see something like that. Now on to Nintendo. I expect it to be a quiet E3 this year, except for when it comes to Nintendo. Well, maybe a little bit quiet, but Nintendo seems to be making, I don't think they'll do a full-on press conference, but they are going to still do those little bitty, crappy little videos that they release every year in place of a press conference. Star Fox, of course, everybody is clamoring for Star Fox Wii U, or Star Fox U as it will be called. You got the Star Fox Amiibo. More about Amiibo in a minute. Pokemon, of course, we're going to get a new handheld version, but will we see a console-based Pokemon this year? That is something to think about. By the way, let me know in the comments below what you think of all this, what you think is going to happen at E3 this year. What big game are you looking forward to? What do you think is going to be announced? What do you think? I mean, next on my list, do you think they said that they have no intention of talking about Zelda Wii U this year? However, if you go back to Skyward Sword when it was on the Wii, it was just announced as Zelda for the Wii, and then about a year before we even got a trailer for it, we got concept art, which showed, Zelda and some artwork from there. But will we even see concept art? Nintendo says they're not mentioning it, but it doesn't mean that they're not going to at least show you a snippet of it. I mean, will we even get the subtitle for it this year? The Legend of Zelda, blah blah blah. I mean, the Legend of, we have Skyward Sword. What's the subtitle for this year or for this next one for the Wii U? Also, a lot of people are talking about Skyward or Twilight Princess coming out for the DS, the 3DS, excuse me. Mario Maker, I'm expecting to hear a lot about Mario Maker. When the Wii U was first announced, or last year when Nintendo had their big to do, I was looking. Mario Maker just blew me out of the water. The fact that you can make your own Mario levels, I like that idea. Super Smash Brothers, there's a lot to talk about here about Super Smash Brothers. Are they going to announce DLC? It's rumored that Ryu from Street Fighter and Roy will be making appearances as DLC. Personally, I do not want to see Ryu in a Super Smash Brothers game. I honestly think that it's two different deals when you're talking about Street Fighter, which is a hardcore fighting game. Now, granted, it's not nowhere near on the brutality level of a Mortal Kombat, but I mean, it was right up there with it. When I was a child, and I don't think Ryu or any other Street Fighter character fits in with the mythos of a Super Smash Brothers, which is campy, cartoony, child-friendly, almost to say kid-like game. I don't think Ryu fits in. Roy, who cares? Roy no. Amiibo. There's a lot to do with Amiibo this year. The way they handle that franchise and that whole IP is very, very, very interesting because I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it become the way of a Disney Infinity or a Skylanders series, which is pretty much, it's GameStop only gives you a quarter of a piece for some of the figures. I mean, what do you think? I mean, they're not. It's just something. My girlfriend's son requested Skylanders a couple years ago, and we got him Skylanders. We got him the damn thing for the 360. We got him a bunch of figures. We got him the little toy chest to keep the figures in. We got him, the Skylanders Giants things, and you had to go in. They're all backwards compatible, so you had to go buy this, and then you had to go buy that. The dude had about 20 Skylanders, and now he doesn't have them anymore because he played the game for about a month and then lost interest. I believe I haven't played Disney Infinity yet, so I don't know exactly how that is and how that relates to Skylanders, but I'm told that it's on a very similar basis, kind of. And I don't want Amiibo to become like that. I personally have not bought any Amiibo, but from the way I understand it, they're marketing them as, cool little figurines that you tap on the gamepad and you get a little bit of DLC with it. You know, it's like DLC statues. And I'm fine with that. Keep it simple. Keep it small. Don't try to make it bigger than anything is. And with that, I have to address the rumors that there is an amiibo based game coming out for the Wii U. No, I don't think there is. It's not Skylanders. I don't think it's going to be Disney Infinity with Nintendo characters. And you know, I just don't want to see it. If Nintendo is planning it, stop. Don't do it. Don't crush this beautiful thing that you've created. But anyway, guys, I just want to do this quick video. What do you think is going to happen? Oh, a couple more things. Metal Gear Solid 5. There's a lot to talk about there. Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain is coming out there. Hideo Kojima leaving Konami after its release. And apparently Konami is continuing with the Metal Gear franchise. They're going to take it and they're going to create a new game without Hideo Kojima in its, you know, it's like he's leaving his baby behind. And I can only imagine what this guy's feeling. The only reason why he got a job at Konami pretty much, you know, or has a job at Konami is like that game. He is their Miyamoto. So it pains me to see him go. From what I was told, it's all about a branding position within the company and the way he's looked at, and like, you know, he's not a top level executive there anymore. I mean, it's when you think of Konami, you know, it's Metal Gear and Castlevania is pretty much all they got left. You know, there's a couple other things like Contra. Every now and then they'll come out with a new Contra game or whatever, you know, but they haven't came out with one in years. So I don't know what Konami's thinking with this. And Grand Theft Auto 5, Rockstar is going to be making a announcement here, or 2K Games, as it were. I don't know if they'll have a full-on press conference, but I do think we're going to see the first bit of paid-for DLC. You know, like a separate storyline. You know, first-person, you know, or one-player DLC within the. You know, within that whole realm of things. I think they're going to take it easy on GTA 5. I think, or GTA Online, excuse me. I think they're going to take it easy with GTA Online. I don't think you'll see as much DLC coming out for that. You just had the heists update. Everybody's trying to still sink in. In fact, I've been having this weird thing happen to me lately where maybe they do need to do a little bit of maintenance work before they do a little bit of content work, because I keep getting this thing here lately with GTA Online where it wants to dump me in an open or a lobby by myself. Or if it does dump me into a lobby by myself, it, you know, it acts as if the players leave when they're really not there. I can't see anybody but myself in that lobby. I've consulted my internet provider about it. I mean, I work for Comcast, for crying out loud, in their internet department, so I know what to do. I mean, it's not a port forwarding issue. It's not an issue where my NAT type is bad. So if anybody out there has any advice for me on that, leave a comment down below, or as well as give this video a like, would you? But GTA 5, I think you'll be seeing something. I hate to say it because I really was not a fan of the character all that much. He wasn't my favorite. I think you're going to see what Trevor's been up to between North Yankton and the events of GTA 5. I honestly think our first bit of DLC, or, you know, extra content, is going to be the Trevor Phillips prequel and how Trevor Phillips Industries came to be. You know, you can't really go too much with Michael because Michael has his story. You've been hearing his story all throughout GTA 5. You know, he made a deal with the FIB, and, you know, he been laying low and not really doing much except for sulking around, acting like a zombie with his family. I would also like to see a prequel of Franklin. You know, what happened in Grove Street and all that, you know, after the events of GTA San Andreas. I would love to see that. Maybe a older version of CJ from San Andreas comes along, and we see how the Grove Street families fell apart, because Franklin's not Grove Street families in the GTA 5 mythos. He's I forget what it's called, but he's a different, you know, he's with a different affiliation. He wears those green Grove Street colors, and we still have, you know, the Balas and the Vagos around, but I would like to see a little bit of backstory on that. Another thing is that GTA 6. I think in 2 years' time we'll be hearing about GTA 6. Maybe not this year, or well, definitely not this year. Maybe not even next year, but I think 2017, 2018, maybe. You're going to hear about Rockstar's next big sandbox project, and I think it's either GTA 6 or maybe another Red Dead game. I don't know, but I'm hoping for GTA 6. And from what they've been saying, online only. They really want to make it to where you can go from Los Santos to San Fierro to Las Venturas, you know, and that whole the whole San Andreas mythos, and jump over to Vice City, or maybe even jump over to, you know, Liberty City. If they do a console only, if they do a console game, kind of like what they did with GTA 5, the rumor is that it's going to be a Vice City reboot, bringing it into the HD era. But that does it for me here, guys. I just wanted to wrap that up. What are your thoughts on all of this information from E3, from Bethesda, all the way down to the stuff I talked about with GTA 5? Hit that like button, please subscribe, and I will see you guys again real soon.